Members of every community must have access to the police commanders in their districts so that they can play a greater role in community policing. That's the word of President David Granger.
Now, of course, in another part of the country, we have a big problem with migration, Venezuelans. You all don't have that problem here. But I'm just warning you that we need to be very careful when strangers come into our communities, that the communities themselves must alert the police to find out who they are and what business they have in those communities, whether they're pushing drugs or they're involved in some contraband activity.
President Granger addressing residents of the Sisters Village, East Bank, Berbice, Wednesday afternoon. The president advises that every individual must have the opportunity to notify law enforcement officials about what threats exist to their families, particularly to the women folk and their children.
So if you know you have a rapist in the community, let the police know. If you have vulnerable old folk in the community, let the police know, so they can keep an eye on them. If you have drug traffickers coming into a community, let the police know. But no point keeping these things as secrets. Community policing means policing the community. It doesn't mean somebody riding around with handcuffs and baton.
According to President Granger, if residents encounter difficulties from police officers in their communities, he wants to be notified through the right channel about such policemen. He says that he, as president, has the power to make things right in this regard, since the country must have an efficient police force if it is to be a safe place.
I don't say this is a threat, but I say this because I want the people of Guyana to be safe. And if the policemen are themselves not protecting the communities, you need to make a report. So if you have a complaint, you can now go to the Police Complaint Authority and say Inspector A or Sergeant B or Corporal D did something, and that complaint will be investigated. And if he is found to have done something wrong, he or she will be punished.
Reporting for HGP Nightly News, I am Kristen Macklingham.